Oh, hello there. By the way, I'm trying to look like the Elizabethan era, but never mind. My name is Shifa Nazri, so now let's get to the story.
Hello there. Welcome to the Elizabethan era. The Elizabethan era took place from 1558 to the 1603. It is considered by many historians to be the golden age of the English history. During the era, England experienced peace and flourishes, arts, and prosperity. The time period is named after the Queen Elizabeth I, who ruled England during this time. Queen Elizabeth was born on September 7, 1533 in Greenwich, England, and her father was King Henry and her mother was Queen Anne. King Henry was the King of England during that time. However, unfortunately, King Henry died when Elizabeth was just 13 years old. Her father left the throne to his son Edward, but he did leave Elizabeth a substantial income on which to live. While Edward was king, she enjoyed living the life of a wealthy lady. Not for long, sister to Queen Soon, however, King Edward died because of a sickness at a very young age, which is 15 years old. And then Elizabeth's half-sister Mary became queen. Mary was a devout Catholic and demanded that all of England convert to the Catholic religion. Those that didn't were thrown in a prison or even killed. Not for long, the rivalry between Queen Mary and Elizabeth began. Queen Mary was worried that Elizabeth would take over the throne. She had Elizabeth put in a prison in a tower. Elizabeth actually spent 2 months in a jail cell at the Tower of London. Then, unfortunately, Queen Mary died after just 5 years ruling England. In just a few moments, Queen Elizabeth went from a prisoner to Queen of England. She was crowned Queen of England on January 1559. At the age of 25, being a queen, Elizabeth worked hard to be a great queen for her people. She visited different towns and cities in England and tried to keep her people safe. She set up a council of advisors called Privy Council. The Privy Council had other important issues. Queen Elizabeth was often hailed as the Virgin Queen because Elizabeth never married and remained childless. Queen Elizabeth I was extremely well educated and she was expert in 7 different languages, which are English, Welsh, Greek, Latin, Spanish, French, and Italian. For more information about the era, keep watching.
Hello everyone, I am Erlina Maria binti Burhanuddin and I'll be explaining about the characteristic of the Elizabethan era. First and foremost, political peace and stability. And what shows the political peace and stability? Elizabethan. She inspired all her people in her vanity and consistency. Steadily love England and England's greatness. With unbounded patriotism which exalts in Shakespeare. Secondly, religious tolerance. Elizabeth found the whole kingdom divided against itself. North was largely Catholic, while Southern were as strongly Protestant. The third one, social development. By that meaning, the increasing trade and commerce enriched England. Thus a town and cities were developed.
I was wondering whether England royals ever do something in English literature. See. Isn't there any bad things happen during the Elizabethan age? Now that makes me wonder whether the Queen itself have produced anything related to Now that clears my thought.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. My name is Amira Aida Iman. So today I have a poem to share with you. It's entitled On Monsieur's Departure. I grieve and dare not show my discontent. I love and yet am forced to seem to hate. I do, yet dare not say I ever meant. I seem stark mute, but inwardly do pray. I am and not. I freeze and yet am burned. Since from myself, another self I turned. My care is like my shadow in the sun, follows me flying, flies when I pursue it, stands and lies by me, doth what I have done. His too familiar care doth make me rue it. No means I find to rid him from my breast, till by the end of things it be suppressed. Some gentle passions slide into my mind, for I am soft and made of melting snow. Or be more cruel, love, and so be kind. Let me or float or sink, be high or low, or let me live with some more sweet content, or die and so forget what love e'er meant. The poem can be further explained based on these strategies and questions in discovering the answers through a type of perspective, which is the character lens. We would like to discover the internal motivations of the persona, their expressions of personality, state of mind, feelings, and desires of the character in the poem. So firstly, as the author is a female, we regarded the character in the poem to be a female too. The way the character was represented in the poem is believable, as she seems sad and devastated based on the vivid description of her feelings. Feelings such as grief, discontent, love, hate, cruel, and more are real feelings that an individual would feel when facing an intense or sad situation. Thus, we believe that the character acted this way as a way of expressing her feelings due to unrequited love. Based on these lines, I love and yet am forced to seem to hate, till by the end of things it be suppressed, and or die and so forget what e'er meant. Unrequited love would be a very sad and depressing situation for an individual to face, which produces intense feelings like the character felt, to the extent that she was willing to die to forget the love. Based on a general viewpoint, it is highly likely for young adults and adults to experience this unrequited love, as it would be the age for them to explore life and find love. However, certain unlucky people would only experience a one-sided love as the other person does not feel the same way or rejects them. The character was one of the few unlucky people to feel this, which produced a range of emotions in the poem to be displayed. The feelings of hopelessness and devastation of not being able to be with the one she loves has made her give up in life and wishes to die so that she would no longer feel the excruciating pain. We believe the character made a rational decision by the way she acted from beginning until the end of the poem. Based on the first stanza, the character made opposing actions to all of the actual actions that she intended. This showed the character stated being fake and not herself, especially based on the last line, "Since from myself another self I turned." It is a rational transformation, as any individual that experiences a one-sided love would start to change themselves due to many thoughts running through their minds: insecurities, pain, longing, and devastation. Furthermore, the second stanza showed the character facing an inner conflict within herself. She struggles with her caring personality towards her loved one, reminiscing their memories, but resorts to suppressing everything, feelings and memories based on the final line, till by the end of things it be suppressed. We also believe this is a rational action to be done, as no one would choose to continuously remember and care for another person that does not feel the same way towards us. Hence, the easiest and most rational thing to do is suppressing these feelings and memories and just try to forget them while moving on. The third stanza showed character experiencing confusion and finally hopelessness. She did not know whether to be soft or cruel, float or sink, high or low, live or die. The character faces confusion in regards to her personality due to the negative experience of being in love, and she figured maybe if she changed her personalities, it would protect her from future hurt and pain. The final line showed hopelessness, as she was willing to die to forget the love and avoid from the excruciating pain. However, we believe her actions, even though rational, it is morally and ethically wrong. She should not have considered the option of death over living in any circumstances. There is more to life than receiving love from another person. We could find love in somewhere, something, or somebody else, instead of just that one particular person. In our defense, we would have cried and moved on like any other human being would. We believe there is a broader social issue the poem attempts to address: the social issue of depression and attempted suicide due to love. There are many cases of where teenagers and adults feel depressed after being left by their significant other, or attempted suicide after being dumped or caught their loved one cheating. These cases are so widely known in Malaysia, which made it a pressing issue that needs to be concerned and overcome. This poem had highlighted that it is possible for an individual to choose death over life after facing an unrequited love, which makes other cases relating to love alarming and worrying.
Hello, my name is Hannah Nadira, and I'm playing as William Shakespeare. In addition, the characters seem pessimistic, which resulted in zero motivation.
She also had much to say zero motivation in living, as she considered the possibility of death to forget her.
There are various desires and wishes that were manifested by the character in the poem, a lot involving her personalities and choices of actions in life. It remained unfulfilled throughout the poem.
Hence, there is a lack in character development in the poem, as she has set reason on what to do except with and suppressing all the feelings and needs to avoid conflict.
The poem had also charted the emotional development of the character in each stanza from grief, remorse, and confusion. These emotions showed no form of being gradually intense or inclining towards better. The character represented a lover type of archetypal character as she wants to give love, but it was one-sided.
The purpose of this type of character is to provide lessons to audience that every love can be reciprocated and be lost in love would do more damage.
Finally, in this poem, the character was unsuccessful in resolving her psychological conflict as she remained undeveloped throughout the poem. In conclusion, we can see that Queen Elizabeth I was a master of hiding her true emotions and preferred to express it by writing.
Hi, my name is Palvirka and today I'm going to talk about some interesting facts about the Queen Elizabethan era. The first interesting fact is Queen Elizabeth never married, nor she had children. She was married to her country. Another interesting fact is that Queen Elizabeth was a Protestant and she was in a constant danger of being assassinated by the Catholics who wanted to replace her with the Queen of Scots. Moreover, Queen Elizabeth was very intelligent. She could speak many languages like Spanish, Latin, and French. Moreover, Edmund Spenser dedicated his most epic poem, The Faerie Queene, to Queen Elizabeth. Another interesting fact, coaches became a very popular mode of transportation among the wealthy and the nobles during this time. Do you know that the Royal Exchange is the first stock exchange in England, which was established by Thomas Gresham? The royal family could wear clothes trimmed with ermine fur, and the nobles wore clothes that was made from silk and velvet. Moreover, they wore very bright colors and had large ruffles around the collar and the wrist. The Elizabethan was most famous for theatre and the works of William Shakespeare. The Elizabethan age saw the most flowering poetry, the sonnet, the stanza, the dramatic blank verse, and it was a golden age of drama. And here comes the most horrible event of the Elizabethan era. The Globe Theatre, which was built in 1599, was destroyed by a fire. And finally, that is all for the facts and from me. Thank you.